Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Monsieur. I wanted to come and send greetings today for this beautiful day of Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoy it, that it'll be a romantic day, for it is an important day when we are in a relationship. Personally, being single, I'm saving some money on some expensive restaurant, champagne, lingerie, flowers, jewelry, all kinds of things that you could imagine you would want to be part of that celebration. But in essence, Valentine's Day, the celebration of love and romance has to be every day. Every day has to be full of potential for those who are seeking to open ourselves. We never know what's around the corner, what's possible within life. And so it is a wonderful, very powerful day for the celebration of love. Is something to be noted, and in many sense, tomorrow there is this really big eclipse, and then there is Chinese New Year after that. So we'll be passing through this eclipse. The highest wisdom for us today is birth, is to create a brand new reality for within ourselves. We can be born within a new state of being. What we need to understand is completion. We have to get it done. We have to finish. We have to complete. We have to create that completion. For it is already complete. For it is just a matter of accepting the completion and the healing, and protecting those energies. What it is we must do is intuition. We have to follow our intuition. Our intuition is we have to trust our intuition and follow that. For everything is, if we follow the idea of Immanuel Kant, the philosopher, everything is given to us through our intuition. Then our mind rationalizes into what it conceives as real, but all is coming through the intuition. And so intuition is very powerful. We have to balance it out with something with understanding as well. And the general message for us is empowerment, is self-empowerment, is discovering new strengths, new level of empowerment. For we all have those great gifts that have been given to us by the universe. It is a matter of cultivating those gifts, being gentle with ourselves. For in essence, I wanted to speak briefly about the law. There is, of course, this law of man. Sometimes the law of man is not really just and fair, so it creates imbalance. But the divine law is perfect. There is no, there can never be at any point, at any time, at anything that could be mishandled by the law. For the law of evolution, it is a law that is unknown by. As mortal men, we do not know that law. We do not know who we are, and so there is many aspects of that law. The most famous is the law of attraction, the law of one, the law of karma, the law of grace, the law of inclusion, the law of cause and effect, the law of transformation. But in higher planes, they are higher beings that respond to higher laws, and so the higher we ascend, the more we are meant to learn higher laws for every dimension. Although there is only one whole, every dimension, every sphere is conditioned by certain laws and principles that we need to understand to move into to understand the divine will of God. For we are part of that will, we are part of that oneness. For that's all we are in truth. And so love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Look at yourself from an outside point sometime, and be considerate and treat yourself with the highest divine grace. And the more we are able to bring this loving attention towards ourselves, to accept the ego to accept all the lowest aspect, to understand that they will be transmuted. For darkness that has been transmuted is the light of the light. It is like ascending. When you ascend, you have to the more darkness you have transcended, the more it is like a medal, so to speak, if you're a peaceful warrior. And so it is important to not be afraid of the darkness, but to know that as a light you can transmute darkness into light. Understanding the law of the universe, because in many sense there was a message from Lord Metatron, who's a great spirit being. He came to remind us that in essence those laws are our law. It is my law. The law of the universe is my law. It's the law of God. It's the law of one, and I've created it. We've created it just for the collective pleasure of living in a reality that is conditioned by those laws. But as we understand that, we can bend the law, we can transform it, we can transmute it, we can accelerate whatever process of manifestation Yet it is good to stay within the divine order, the sublime perfection, as much as possible. Whenever if we are receptive to life, life will always show us those places where that needs work, and will help us reinforce our strengths. But we do not want to count on spiritual merits for all those the good deeds we do are not to be. We have to be serene about it and let go, for it is all recorded within the world pyramid. And usually at the time of our birthday, which mine is coming soon, there is a God takes all of what you've done during the year and put his own light and love and gives it into the world, and then he gives you back in return higher, different kind of energies and powers and understanding. For it is interesting to study the philosophies of philosophers. I wanted to bring that up, just to extract wisdom, but also to be able to contradict it. In many sense, the model of society that we are aligned with is Aristotle. Aristotle. I'm more a Platonician, so I'm not very much. But Aristotle said a lot of important things. In a sense, our society is oligarcho-plutocratic. It is money in the center of everything, which Plato didn't think that was an acceptable model. It would create too much frustration, so he didn't even consider it when he wrote the Republic. But after came Aristotle, and he said, well, there is no choice. Everything there is two value to each thing. There is the value that you can draw from, that's whatever something brings into your life, and what is the value that will bring to someone else in trade. So all this materialistic society was a bit part of the Aristotle model. In a sense, he said one thing that was interesting is that a whole is always greater than the sum of its parts, and in many sense it is true. Yet when you look at a chain and you pull out a chain, it is the weakest part that will always fail. And so a whole is, I would say that the whole is as good as the weakest of its parts, so to speak. I think it would be more approachable in that way. For in essence, we're moving into the age of Aquarius, so we're no longer seeking an outside savior. We have to save ourselves. We do not need to save others. We just want to find our own truth and freedom, and to understand what we resist persists. And so we try to find to create situation where the security of love can be integrated, so we can discover that freedom, that higher freedom. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wanted to pass by and wish you a happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to sing a song that's a bit like a Valentine's. Well, it's a love song, but it's a bit sad song. It goes like this. And no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. And no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. And no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. I know, 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 I'll leave young, sing along, but there's no sunshine when she's gone. And no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. And no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. So please don't go away. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day full of joy and happiness, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.